James Potter. The Guardian of the Lost Souls. Written by James Pullen. Chapter 1. The Summons from the Underworlds. The skies of Eldoria were clear and bright, but an unsettling chill hung in the air, a whisper of something amiss. James Potter, now a seasoned guardian, felt a sudden, inexplicable pull, a summons that seemed to echo from the very depths of the earth. He gathered his trusted companions, Lily, Sir Duke, Astra, Caliban, and Prince Pullendor, knowing that whatever awaited them, they would face it together. As they prepared to leave, a mysterious figure appeared at the gates of Eldergrove. He was tall and gaunt, his eyes holding a depth of ancient wisdom. "Greetings, James Potter," he said, his voice resonating with a timeless quality. "I am Sir Jimbo Bogenhanger, guardian of the lost souls from the land without time. I have come to seek your aid. The balance of the underworlds is in grave danger, and only you can restore it." James listened intently, his hand resting on the arcane scepter. "What threatens the underworlds, Sir Jimbo?" Sir Jimbo's expression darkened. "Cronversalnor, the Grand Wizard of the Demon's Gallows in the land of Sheol, seeks to unravel the very fabric of existence. He has begun to corrupt the souls of the departed, bending them to his will and using their power to fuel his dark ambitions. If he succeeds, the underworlds will fall, and with them, the balance of all realms." Chapter 2. The Descent into Sheol. With Sir Jimbo's urgent plea, James and his companions embarked on a perilous journey into the heart of the underworlds. They traversed treacherous paths, crossing rivers of lava and navigating labyrinthine caverns, the air thick with the scent of sulfur and the echoes of ancient sorrows. As they delved deeper, they encountered the lost souls, ethereal figures wandering aimlessly, their forms flickering with an unnatural light. Sir Jimbo explained that these were the souls Cronversalnor had corrupted, their essence twisted to serve his malevolent purposes. Finally, they reached the Demon's Gallows, a towering structure of obsidian and bone, its spires reaching up into the eternal twilight of Sheol. The air crackled with dark energy, and the ground beneath their feet pulsed with an oppressive rhythm. Chapter 3. The Confrontation with Cronversalnor. As they approached the gallows, a figure emerged from the shadows, tall and imposing, his robes adorned with symbols of ancient, forbidden magic. Cronversalnor, his eyes burning with a malevolent intelligence, stepped forward, a sickly grin spreading across his face. "Welcome, welcome," he rasped, his voice like the grinding of stones. "I have been expecting you, James Potter. But know this, the power of the corrupted souls is mine, and with it, I shall reshape the underworlds and all the realms beyond in my image." James stepped forward, the arcane scepter glowing brightly in his hand. "Not while we draw breath," he declared, his voice echoing with the power of his conviction. "The balance of the underworlds will be restored, and your darkness will be banished." The battle that ensued was unlike any they had faced before. Cronversalnor's power was immense, his control over the corrupted souls granting him dominion over life and death itself. But James and his companions fought with the strength of their unity, their spells and strategies honed by countless trials, their wills unbreakable. Chapter 4. The Purification of the Souls. As the battle raged on, James realized that brute force alone would not be enough. He needed to purify the corrupted souls, to free them from Cronversalnor's influence and restore their true essence. With a shout, he called upon the power of the arcane scepter, channeling a pure, radiant energy that cut through the darkness like a knife. One by one, the corrupted souls began to flicker, their forms wavering as the light tore through them, severing their connection to the Grand Wizard's power. Cronversalnor screamed, his form wavering as the souls he had enslaved were freed, his hold over the underworlds crumbling. Chapter 5. The Triumph of the Guardians. With the corrupted souls purified, the Demon's Gallows began to crumble, the obsidian and bone structure collapsing in on itself, swallowing the last remnants of Cronversalnor's power. The air grew lighter, the oppressive energy lifting, replaced by a profound sense of peace and tranquility. James and his friends stood amidst the ruins, their bodies aching from the exertion, but their spirits soaring with the knowledge of their victory. They had faced the darkness and emerged triumphant, their legend etched forever in the annals of time. Sir Jimbo turned to James, his eyes shining with gratitude and respect. "You have saved the underworlds, James Potter. The lost souls will forever be in your debt." James smiled, his hand resting on the arcane scepter. "We are all guardians of this world, Sir Jimbo. Together, we will ensure that light prevails over darkness, and that the balance of all things is maintained." Chapter 6. The Eternal Vigil. As they made their way back to Eldoria, the sun setting over the horizon, James knew that their journey was far from over. But for now, they could rest, secure in the knowledge that they had faced the darkness and emerged victorious. Together, they would continue to guard the realms, their bond unbreakable, their spirit unyielding, ready to face whatever challenges the future might hold. In the years that followed, James Potter and his companions became known as the Eternal Guardians, their names whispered in awe and reverence throughout the lands. They traveled far and wide, their adventures becoming the stuff of legend, their deeds inspiring generations to come. And so, the tale of James Potter and the Guardian of the Lost Souls came to a close, but the echo of their courage and the light of their friendship continued to shine, a beacon of hope in a world forever changed by their valor. Chapter 7. The Whispers of the Ancient Ones. As James and his companions returned to Eldoria, they found the land strangely quiet, as if holding its breath. The usual bustle of the village was subdued, and an air of anticipation hung heavy. Professor Elowin greeted them with a mix of relief and concern, her eyes reflecting the weight of unseen burdens. "James, something is amiss," she began, her voice low. "The Ancient Ones have been whispering in their dreams, speaking of a new threat, one that lurks beyond the veil of reality. They speak of a rift, a tear in the fabric of existence, and of a being that seeks to exploit it." James listened intently, his mind racing. "What do they say about this being, Professor?" Elowin shook her head, her expression grave. "They call it the Voidweaver, a creature born of the chaos between worlds. It seeks to unravel the very threads of reality, to plunge all into an eternity of chaos and despair." Chapter 8. The Journey to the Edge of Reality. With the ominous warnings of the Ancient Ones echoing in their minds, James and his friends set out on a new quest, one that would take them to the very edges of reality. They traveled through enchanted forests, where the trees whispered secrets in languages long forgotten, and across shimmering seas, where the water held the memories of 1,000 worlds. As they ventured deeper into the unknown, they encountered beings of pure energy, entities that existed on the cusp of reality, their forms shifting and changing with every breath. These beings spoke of the Voidweaver, their voices echoing with a mixture of fear and awe. "Beware, Guardians," one of them warned, its form a swirling vortex of colors. "The Voidweaver seeks to consume all, to reduce existence to a tapestry of chaos. Only the pure of heart and strong of will can hope to stand against it." Chapter 9. The Rift in Reality. Finally, after what felt like an eternity of travel, James and his companions stood before the rift, a gaping chasm in the very fabric of reality. The air crackled with an unsettling energy, and the ground beneath their feet pulsed with a chaotic rhythm. From the depths of the rift, a presence emanated, a malevolent intelligence that seemed to probe the very depths of their souls. James stepped forward, the arcane scepter glowing brightly in his hand. "We are the guardians of reality," he declared, his voice steady despite the turmoil that raged around them. "We will not let you unravel the threads of existence." A voice, like the grinding of worlds, echoed from the rift. "Fools," it rasped, "you cannot hope to stand against the Voidweaver. Reality itself will be remade in my image, and all will bow before my chaos." Chapter 10. The Battle for Existence. The battle that ensued was unlike any they had faced before. The Voidweaver's power was immense, its control over the chaos granting it dominion over the very fabric of reality. But James and his friends fought with the strength of their unity, their spells and strategies honed by countless trials, their wills unbreakable. As they battled, James realized that they needed to seal the rift, to mend the tear in reality and banish the Voidweaver back to the chaos from which it came. With a shout, he poured all his strength, all his hope, all his love for his friends and for the world, into the arcane scepter. A blinding light erupted from the scepter, a pure, radiant energy that cut through the chaos like a knife. The Voidweaver screamed, its form wavering as the light tore through it, severing its connection to the rift. The chaotic energy that had fueled its power dissipated, and with a final, desperate cry, it was banished back into the void, its presence erased from reality. In the aftermath, the rift began to close, the chasm in reality healing, the threads of existence knitting back together. The land around them seemed to sigh in relief, the chaotic energy lifting, replaced by a profound sense of peace and tranquility. James and his friends stood amidst the ruins, their bodies aching from the exertion, but their spirits soaring with the knowledge of their victory. They had faced the chaos and emerged triumphant, their legend etched forever in the annals of time. Chapter 11. The Echoes of Chaos. As the rift closed and the chaos subsided, an unsettling quiet descended upon the land. James and his companions, though victorious, felt a lingering unease, as if the battle had left an indelible mark on the very essence of reality. The Ancient Ones, through their dreams, spoke of a new era, one where the balance of existence was more precarious than ever. Professor Elowin gathered them in the Eldergrove Library, her expression somber. The Voidweaver may be banished, but its influence lingers. The fabric of reality has been weakened, and new threats may emerge from the shadows. We must be vigilant, more so than ever before. James nodded, his grip tightening on the arcane scepter. We will stand ready, Professor. Whatever comes next, we will face it together. Chapter 12. The Gathering of the Guardians. In the days that followed, James and his friends embarked on a new mission, to forge alliances and strengthen the bonds between the realms. They traveled to the Crystal Caverns, seeking the counsel of the ancient Dwarven kings, and to the Silver Woods, where the Elven Queen offered her wisdom and support. Each step of their journey was met with a mixture of hope and trepidation, as the echoes of the Voidweaver's chaos still resonated through the lands. In the Land Without Time, they met with Esser Jimbo Bogenhanger once more, his eyes reflecting the timeless wisdom of the lost souls. The balance has shifted, James Potter, he said, his voice heavy with meaning. The underworlds are restless, and the souls of the departed whisper of change. We must be prepared for what is to come. Chapter 13. The Prophecy Unveiled. As they returned to Eldoria, a sense of urgency gripped the group. The Ancient Ones had spoken of a prophecy, one that foretold of a time when the Guardians of Reality would face their greatest challenge. James, driven by a newfound determination, delved into the ancient texts, searching for any clue that might shed light on their path forward. In the depths of the Eldergrove archives, he discovered a hidden scroll, its parchment aged and brittle. The prophecy spoke of a convergence, a moment when the threads of fate would intertwine, and the choices made would shape the destiny of all realms. It spoke of a guardian who would rise, one who would carry the weight of existence on their shoulders, and of a sacrifice that would echo through the ages. Chapter 14. The Path Forward. With the prophecy unveiled, James and his companions knew that their journey was far from over. The echoes of chaos may have faded, but the challenges that lay ahead were daunting, and the stakes higher than ever. They stood at the crossroads of destiny, the path forward shrouded in mystery and danger. But as they looked to the horizon, their spirits unbroken, their wills unyielding, they knew that whatever lay ahead, they would face it together. The legend of James Potter and his companions would continue to grow, their deeds inspiring generations to come, their courage a beacon of hope in a world forever changed by their valor. And so, with hearts filled with determination and eyes fixed on the path ahead, they stepped forward, ready to embrace the unknown, to guard the realms, and to ensure that the light of hope would never be extinguished.